Okay, so let's unpack this one. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're taking a closer look today at, perspectives hidden within the sources you share.
That's right.
And today, it's an excerpt from The Bailey Girls Book 2. Now, it's fiction, but it gives this really fascinating glimpse into a fashion photographer's world.
Yeah, and specifically his very, very personal philosophy.
Yeah.
Almost radical, you could say.
Definitely. On art, intimacy, professional boundaries, it's all mixed up.
And our mission here, it's not really about following the plot, is it?
No, not at all. We want to pull out the core ideas that, the surprising thoughts from his point of view.
Because his whole concept of, he calls it making love through the camera lens.
Right.
It really pushes against normal ideas of relationships and, frankly, professional conduct, too.
Absolutely. So let's get into that core philosophy first, this photographer.
Yeah, well, what's really striking is how the source just drops you right into his head, his world. And he doesn't just, take photos. He genuinely sees photographing models as making love through the camera lens. That's his phrase.
Making love through the lens. Wow.
For him, it's this intensely erotic thing, profound even, the whole process.
Like the posing, the looking.
Exactly. The posing, the looking, directing them, capturing the image. He feels it's as intimate as anything physical could be.
Okay.
And he believes that process, the artistic one, transforms women into, he says goddesses.
Goddesses. So it's not just a metaphor for him. He means it quite literally.
It seems that way. It's like a genuine redefinition of intimacy, suggesting the true lovemaking can be non-physical and artistic exchange.
Yeah, that's a powerful idea. So if the art is the intimacy for him, what about, actual physical intimacy? Does that happen?
It does. And that's the next layer. He talks about the aftermath.
Okay.
He says after a shoot like that, the models often feel this deep psychological need to consummate the proceedings. His words again.
Right, a need for completion.
Exactly. But for him, any physical connection that follows isn't really lovemaking. Not in the main sense.
So what is it then?
He calls it psychological fulfillment.
Psychological fulfillment.
Yeah, it's almost like the physical act is secondary, an add-on, a necessary release maybe, after the real intimacy happened through the lens.
So he doesn't see himself as initiating that physical side.
He claims not, but he does say it often becomes sort of a natural conclusion, just because the shoots themselves create this incredibly intense, intimate bubble.
Okay, I can see how that might happen.
Yeah, so this whole philosophy, it really sets the scene for what happens next in this story.
Right, the trip.
It starts with him and his girlfriend, Lena.
Yeah.
And she tells him she's going away for about 2 weeks, a work conference.
And he sees an opportunity there.
Totally. Autumn's setting in, so he thinks, right,
Yeah.
fashion shoot, warmer climate. And he arranges one for the exact same 2 weeks. Tenerife.
Tenerife, okay. And he needs models.
Yep. He lines up 3. 2 he works with regularly, Danielle and Bella. They're friends, apparently. Easy enough to book.
And the third one.
That's where it gets complicated. Lena, maybe not realizing the full implications given his philosophy, suggests her younger sister, Nellie.
Ah, Lena's sister.
Yeah. And he immediately says yes. He admits he'd always, found Nellie quite captivating, wanted to photograph her, especially on a beach.
So right away, there's this internal conflict brewing.
Oh, absolutely. This is where his whole worldview gets tested.
Taking his girlfriend's sister on this kind of intense trip.
Exactly. He knows it's tricky. He acknowledges feeling conflicted because of Lena. But at the same time, he admits having this strong, immediate desire for Nellie, right from when he first met her.
And he anticipates something might happen.
He does. And what's really interesting is how he reflects on it. He thinks about the nature of the job itself.
The photo shoots.
Yeah. The changing clothes, the secluded location sometimes, the very close physical direction needed for posing.
It creates intimacy.
Inevitably, in his view. An intensely intimate environment. And for him, that environment naturally blurs the lines, makes physical arousal almost expected for both him and the model.
Wow. So he sees it as a consequence of the art?
Pretty much. It highlights this massive tension, doesn't it? Between his artistic lovemaking idea and just, basic human desire popping up in that charged setting.
Definitely. So, okay, they go to Tenerife, 2 weeks in October. What's the plan?
It's pretty structured initially. First day is just planning, scouting locations, trying out some poses, all 3 models together.
Okay.
Then the next 3 days are for individual sessions, a full day alone with each model.
And the second week?
So kind of a buffer. or just holiday time.
Got it. And the order for the shoots?
Danielle first, then Bella, then Nellie last.
Nellie last, okay. And during these early days, the group activities?
Well, he finds himself getting more and more drawn to Nellie, just enjoys being around her, finds her laugh really alluring, captivating.
So that internal struggle ramps up.
Big time. You can almost feel his idea of professional distance, whatever that means to him, getting seriously challenged by just liking her, being attracted to her.
Right. So Danielle and Bella's shoots happen. How did they go?
They go really well, apparently. Smoothly. Gets excellent results. Standard stuff for him, sounds like.
But then it's Nellie's turn, and he has something specific in mind for her.
He does. This is where his vision gets really focused.
Yeah.
And maybe he pushes those boundaries we talked about.
Okay.
He wants a specific look. 1950s movie star. Classic. But, nude. On the beach.
Nude. Okay. So bringing his philosophy right to the forefront.
Absolutely. This is where you see his artistic and intimate process really playing out.
How does Nellie react to the idea?
She's receptive. Totally fine with a nude shoot.
Okay.
So he directs her, tells her to undress naturally, and he's meticulously shooting pictures at different stages of undress.
Right. Documenting the process.
Kind of. And giving constant feedback. Reassurance. He stresses how important that is, for the model's comfort, their confidence, especially in a situation like that.
That makes sense.
He even gets her to repeat bits of it for different camera settings. It shows how detailed he is almost.
Yeah.
Ritualistic about it.
And the photos.
He gets loads of beautiful shots, apparently.
Yeah.
There's one in just a short skirt he particularly loves. And eventually he gets that key movie star shot. Everything just clicks, the pose, her hair, the light. His vision realized.
So the artistic goal is achieved. What happens then?
Well, after the main shooting is done, the dynamic shifts.
How so?
It's Nellie who initiates something physical. A kiss.
She initiated.
According to him, yes. And this leads to them having a consensual, intimate interaction in a secluded spot.
And how does he describe that?
As a moment of intense desire, fulfillment. He notes she seemed very affectionate towards him.
Okay. So the line is crossed physically.
Definitely. And after Danielle and Bella's work is done, they kind of hang out together for the rest of the holiday time. But Nellie actually moves into the photographer's room.
Wow. Okay. So it continues?
Yeah, their intimate relationship carries on for the rest of the trip.
And is he still thinking about his philosophy, that distinction?
He is. It's interesting. He reflects on it. Still debating internally whether he was just having sex with her or if this part was also making love. He knows how places like Tenerife, that holiday vibe, can blur those kinds of lines.
Yeah, context matters.
Right. And this internal debate, it kind of comes to a head near the end. Departure day is looming.
Nellie asks about it.
She does. She asks about them, are we a thing now?
Yeah.
Basically trying to define what happened.
And how does he respond, given his whole framework?
Well, he explains his perspective. Gently, the text says, but tactfully.
Which is?
He frames it as a holiday romance. Or a fling. Something that was a natural outcome, he thinks, of the unique intimacy they created during the shoot. But not true love. Not in the conventional way most people mean it. He even says the framework of the holiday gave it a natural start and a natural end.
Wow, that's quite a specific framing.
It is. And this is where his really nuanced, maybe even slippery definition of love comes out.
How so?
He clarifies that he does love her, and he really enjoyed their physical time together, but he loves her in the same way he loves Lena, his girlfriend.
Wait, what? How does that work?
Well, it seems his concept of love is just different. It's not about conventional romance or commitment for him. It sounds more like appreciation, aesthetic connection, something tied to creativity, not that deep, exclusive emotional bond that most people mean by love.
So less about singular attachment, more about appreciation in the moment.
Something like that, yeah. It's very much his own definition. And apparently, Nellie eventually seems to accept it. He reads her smile as acceptance.
Okay. So that holiday framework closes.
Right. And if you tie this back to his whole philosophy, it's consistent, isn't it?
In a way, yes.
The camera work was the lovemaking. The physical intimacy was separate, a consequence contained by the holiday.
And this perspective holds when they get back.
It seems so. The final scene described as them returning home to Gatwick Airport. And Lena is there to meet them.
Okay. Awkward.
You'd think. But when Lena asks him how their trip was, he just says, he made love to 3 beautiful women through the lens of my camera.
He actually says that to her.
Yep. And Lena, she just smiles.
She smiles, so she understands or accepts his definition?
The text implies she does. It suggests an understanding, or at least an acceptance, of his very unique way of seeing intimacy, art, and maybe even their own relationship.
Wow. Okay. So, stepping back from the story, what does this all mean for us, thinking about it now?
Well, this deep dive into one fictional guy's head, it really does offer a fascinating way to look at intimacy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and professional boundaries, too, and just how subjective love can be.
Totally. It throws up big questions, I think, like how do unique situations or specific job roles maybe reshape our connections, our emotional experiences?
That's a good question. How do people in any field handle the intimate spaces their work creates, whether it's art or therapy or care work?
Exactly. And maybe the biggest question it leaves you with is, how much does context really shape everything? Our understanding, our experience of what we even call love or intimacy?
Right. Does the setting, the role, the intention, does that change the fundamental nature of the connection? Or just how we label it?
Yeah, lots to think about there. It's a really provocative perspective, even if it is from a fictional source.
Definitely food for thought. How context shapes connection.